Hey, welcome to 365 Trading Academy. Shake my hand, roll the intro. What's up, guys? Shake my hand. It's been a long time. I've done a public video. I've just been teaching classes after class after class after class. Trying to get senior traders into a specific place before the third financial quarter, which starts on the 1st of July. And by the way, I'll be doing a lot of live trades, right? So today is the 22nd of June. So I'll probably start tomorrow, the 23rd, because my schedule is starting to free up a bit. And I'm just going to take these 7 days as a head start to Q3, given the recent direction from the FOMC, right? So instead of waiting for the 1st of July, I will be trying to see if there are any pullback opportunities to get into, right? But the FOMC has set the tone. And that's what I want to talk to you about in this video. One of our students did ask me to do like a specific type of review to kind of like have a look exactly of what was said, what does this mean? And if you want more videos like that, please let me know. Do subscribe and comment down below. And yeah, welcome to our YouTube channel, right? So I'm starting the YouTube channel with a video like this. And maybe speaking about the YouTube channel, I just want to explain a couple of things because I really try to do things a little bit differently. And sometimes it doesn't suit the algorithm and it doesn't suit what people are used to. But in terms of maintaining what I want to do with my life, which is to be a very grounding point for financial markets, especially for retail traders, I think this will do us justice, right? This is the best way I can articulate a plan, number one. And what I want to do with my channel, which hopefully will become our channel, right? Because I just need to keep on the move. So the YouTube channel, right? From what I've been meditating on for the last about 3 months, the trading psychology module, I've been working on it specifically for the YouTube channel for the last 6 months, right? So those of you who've been with me since last year, you will know I did promise that when I create a trading psychology channel, right, or trading psychology content, instead of making it part of payable course material, I'm going to make it for free and share it with the world, because every single trader, doesn't matter what trading style you're using, you need trading psychology. So this is what I want to do with the YouTube channel. This is how I think we're going to make it work. So number one, on our YouTube channel, there's going to be a playlist called Traders Rehab, right? So if you see that out there, just know they copied it here, right? It's going to be a channel called Traders Rehab. And if you've been with me for a long time, it'll be very much like my FX one-on-one videos. So I'll be doing like short stuff, doing stuff like that there on the whiteboard over time, short videos tackling one specific, small topic. It might be from the comment section. It might be what you need clarification with. But Traders Rehab, the idea here is, look, man, there's a lot of information around the markets. A lot of it is terrible, right? A lot of it is bad. A lot of it has caused a lot of people to be consistent losers in the markets for a very, very long time. So what I want to do in this particular playlist of videos, and this is where we can actually try and generate one good video a day, right? It's not yet a promise, but it's definitely part of a dream. One good video a day. Where we look at specific key things, right? Or once every 2 days, 3 days, we'll see, right? But this is a Traders Rehab, right? So to look out for that. So you'll see it. It's easier. Once again, I'm telling you now, just subscribe and get all my notifications. Number two, I've got a lot of good stuff that I say in my classes that I don't repeat anywhere else, right? So it's like, and I take in small groups. So it's like there's never more than 15 students per 8 weeks of trading, right? And the reason is because I know what's waiting for me in the future. I still have to do the one-on-ones with every single one of these traders. And so until I've fully automated my actual course, which will free up more time, I want to take it in nice and slow. But also it means I can really narrow down and give everyone the type of attention they deserve when we get there. But number two specifically is snippets from classes, right? From the class. So it won't be the full classes. My classes are about 2 to 3 hours per night. In fact, as soon as this video ends, I've got a module 1 class from about 6:30 to anywhere between 8:30 till 9 p.m. But to be snippets, so maybe like a 10-minute clip where I think this is important, people don't know this, and no one is teaching around this, and I might never get a chance to say it out there, right? So I've been punching a lot of these snippets on our Facebook page, the 365 Trading Academy page. So our YouTube channel now have a good playlist where I can easily just upload snippets from last night's class if I think, this was important, right? I did a 10-minute thing around Bitcoin yesterday, which I'll be uploading soon on our YouTube channel around this kind of stuff, right? Then number 3, well, most of you in our public Telegram group came to us from this particular thing, which is the Traders War Room. So all my War Room videos, if you notice, I took a break for about a month, doing Traders War Room. If you don't know what this is our signal service. The difference is it's for free and extremely accurate, right? So I'll be doing market scans every weekend with you now that I am off sabbatical. Third financial quarter is back. I have to be back fully live now, and it's going to be an exciting time of the year. Summer markets are coming to an end. I don't know if you guys are aware that we were in the season of summer markets. So in the first world countries, I'm based in South Africa, in America, etc. It's summer there. Private hedge funds, etc., have gone off on holiday. If you notice, there was a lot of ranging in the markets. Euro USD range, pound. There was a lot of range until last week Wednesday when the FOMC dropped a statement, right? So a lot of my signals, Traders War Room, so to be what's happening this week, what trades am I taking this week? This is where I'm buying, this is where I'm selling. I call that the Traders War Room. The Traders War Room will be literally available on our YouTube channel every week. We'll go live there or just do an upload, right? One of the two, right? But they should be an upload every week, right? About the market's direction, what I think is going to happen. Okay, now just to quickly highlight here, this is easy access, right? So this is starting from the jump. All these 3 things that I've put out here, they are all getting ready. They're going to start from the jump. So our Traders Rehab, all you have to do is just to subscribe, right? It's ready for you now. As I go here again, snippets from classroom, subscribe. You want to be part of the Traders War Room, you have to subscribe, right? So all of this stuff will start from day one. 1 subscriber, 2 subscribe, doesn't matter. I'm just going to start punching, releasing this stuff, and hope that you guys can grow with us, like our videos, comment. It's extremely important, right? If I've ever helped you before, please help me by reaching out to as many traders out there who are still slightly struggling and are looking for a home, right? We're trying to build a traders community here, right? Number 4 on the YouTube channel, right? And there we go. Number 4 on the YouTube channel is something more interesting, right? It's going to be a podcast, and I'm going to release the name of the podcast in the near future, right? So we've actually curated how we want to do this. One of the main things in the podcast will be the stuff that I can't talk to you about in the Traders War Room. So the Traders War Room, because of time, right? I'm not doing like a full course, or I'm just doing a breakdown of this is where price is today, market closed on Friday. This is where I think what's going to happen on Monday. Am I buying or selling? If I'm buying or selling, this is why I'm buying or selling. That's what's going to happen in the war room on a week-to-week basis. But there is so much stuff that happens on the markets at a fundamental level, right? There's so much key events that I think the more these are repackaged, and my team has told me not to be one-dimensional, so I won't always be in my home office. I won't always be in the actual workplace office. We're going to see how we can repackage the podcast content, right? But what the podcast will do is it'll give you a lot of insider information about the markets, right? So stuff that generally most retail traders don't know, okay? Don't know about, don't know what to look at, what data signals should you be looking at, how am I always almost able to predict, you know, this and this is going to happen in the markets. What does this mean for the 10-year plan that we're in? If you don't know what I mean by a 10-year plan, just stick around because we're going to talk to you about such things, right? So that's what the podcast is going to do. It's going to give you a fundamental perspective around the markets, right? So if there's a restriction of supply and we're looking at it from a technical perspective, what's the undertone on the ground from a fundamental perspective? Our podcast will also have a little bit bit of trinkets, right? We want to interview all 102 current six-figure 365 traders, right? So this is every single person I've mentored. I don't know if it would be interesting. I thought it would. Hear all these guys' different stories from different countries, when they joined the academy, why they joined, and then their journey after that. How many accounts have they blown? Did they blow after joining? And how did they get to, I guess, the main thing, six-figure accounts, right? So a lot of the bulk of our senior traders have said yes to this. Fundamentally, I have to line up calendars and then see forth, etc., etc. So this is a big thing, I think, to look forward to, all in one YouTube channel. But here's the I don't know, the catch. We will do this as soon as we reach 3,000 subscribers, right? So, and I don't think that's going to take time for us to reach, right? For me to actually start the 365 podcast, please note we'll be on Anchor, Spotify, so you can always listen to it. It's a podcast, so I'll make sure I'm mindful of that kind of stuff. Sometimes we'll have to look and refer to charts, but other times it's just something that you can sit back, listen to, and learn from, right? So that's coming up. I'm quite excited about the 365 podcast. It's got an official name. One that I announced a long time ago, and now I just want to hold it back and keep it a surprise. I mean, this is how I generally operate, by the way. I'll tell you that something is coming, and then I'll take forever refining the idea, noting it down on whiteboards, brainstorming it, creating a team around it, so that when it finally gets to you, the subscriber, it's actually well worth your time, right? And then there'll be some live trading sessions, right? So if I'm in the markets and I'm not hosting already a live trading session with my senior traders, then I should do one once in a while on YouTube. And there's no real target for this, right? So if you're online and I'm online and I'm live trading and you just want to kind of like see what I'm doing for the day, a lot of that stuff, by the way, will be based off what we spoke about in the traders war room, right? It's now just time for some market execution. And again, right now, this will be a thing that can even start tomorrow or next week. So all you have to do is just be subscribed, right? So let's grow. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Option 1, option 2, option 3, and option 5 are really there to kind of like help us get the numbers, a number of subscribers, so we can get to 3,000, and then we can start our podcast. Ideally, the way my life works out is I don't work on Mondays. I don't want to work on Mondays. So I would launch the podcast, record it on the Monday, release it on the Monday, ideally. So you could actually say, look, there's going to be a podcast on the Monday. And what I'll do is I'll be doing a big recap of what happened last week, the fundamental stuff that we don't really think about or look into on the technical side of things. So every Monday, from the moment we hit 3,000 subscribers, right? So then live trading. Number 6 on the 365 Traders podcast is a secret. It's a surprise, right? It's something I've been looking forward to doing. And I started now on the 3rd financial quarter, right? So it's going to be something that we're going to be working on in the background, right? I'm just going to write surprise here, and then it will just drop when it does, right? But it's an important, significant journey. I want to prove something quite fundamental, right? So if you've just met me now in trading, you have no idea what my 8 years looks like, right? So I want to show you how anyone can do this and become profitable. I also want to show you that it's not easy, right? I want to show you that I'm not going to be producing content that is popular, though the content that trends, or $1 million account overnight, all that stuff that I technically don't believe in. I don't believe in it because it hasn't happened in my life. That is not how I made it in the markets, right? I am not no overnight success. Unfortunately for me, it took time. And so with time, I built a process. And that's all I teach. I teach my process, right? 365 Traders process, okay? But this is a surprise that will be a massive benefactor of the channel. We've got a production team around this particular thing. It's quite a big deal. And it will just drop when the time is right, all right? Let me put it that way. You will see for yourself. And then number 7, which is the last thing, the main thing that I promised you guys about back then when my camera view was the other way, and you could actually see a long list on my whiteboard. I have 82 trading psychology planned lectures, right? So if you've never been to my public lectures, I really break stuff down. And that is what my trading psychology playlist is going to do. So the entire trading psychology course, an actual real course on trading psychology. It's not going to be those one-liners. Don't be greedy. Oh, don't hold your losses. What does this mean for traders? How do we track that? And how do we mirror that to what's happening on the chart? How do you mirror trading psychology to the trading psychological traps, right? Bear traps and bull traps, where all of a sudden you thought the trend was your friend until the bend, right? What was your mind doing? But most importantly, what was your mind seeing? Number two. Number three, what were the banks doing in the markets to cause that reaction from you, right? There has to be a better way of teaching trading psychology. And so far, if no one is going to do it, then I'm up for the task. I really am up for the task. And this is literally me putting the entire academy on display, right? I really thought I was going to talk about the FOMC in this particular video, but that's fine. I might have to quickly film one, or maybe we'll just break things down as quickly as possible towards the end, since that I do have class in about 17 minutes, so to speak. But the trading psychology video from where I am today in 2021 is the final thing I want to pull into our YouTube channel, right? So imagine the number of videos that will come from this. Traders Rehab, I've got about, give or take, 92 ideas, right? Just 92 ideas. And then the rest is up to you. You tell me what you want me to talk about, right? Some of them about, stopping the rot, etc., etc. It's like a beautiful series that I'll start from the jump. Our trading psychology course, like I said, it is a fundamental process. Every single trader needs to have this. It doesn't really matter if you trade like me, you're an institutional supply and demand trader. It doesn't matter if you don't have flow trading experience like me. You might still be stuck on your support and resistance. You might love your indicators. It really doesn't matter. I want this to impact, and I want you to say, this is my contribution, right? My fundamental contribution to the trading community, right? A big thank you to a community that I love. I love to trade. I love markets. This is a genuine, massive passion of mine. And fundamentally, I think it's linked to the way it's affected my life, So I understand what it can do for me and what it can do for other people. For our trading psychology course, because it's only going to be a one-hit wonder, one takeoff troop series. I'm hoping that every single person who subscribes today can keep sharing our videos. Please keep liking. So the more you like our videos, the more they show up in the algorithm. The more they show up in the algorithm, the more other people get to see them. The more other people get to see them, the higher our videos rank up. So we're starting from scratch, like 0 subscribers, 0 views. I'm shooting this off my webcam. I'm not even using the expensive camera that they set up here. I don't know why, I forgot. So there are many things that I personally need to learn about YouTube, right? So I'm going to need as much help as possible. But the more people comment, like, share, and subscribe, right, on a repeated basis on every single video that we drop. And I don't want you to comment for fun. Ask me questions. I promise to scale out some time to respond, right, as best as I can. I literally will stay on top of that. This is the only way we can start to eradicate terrible information in the market space, clear people's expectations and understandings, and really preach the gospel, right, of financial markets, right, or of how this thing actually works. So I'm hoping that if we can climb, what do we have here? Our target here for the podcast is 3,000 subscribers. So most of my trading psychology videos, by the way, out of the 82, about 40 something of them have already been pre-recorded, right? So there's a proper lecture series already produced for you, all right? So it's not like I have to produce while people subscribe. I am ready to go, okay? But I truly believe if we can get our channel to about 6,000 subscribers, I don't think that's a difficult target. 6,000 subscribers, I can then start releasing this type of stuff, and we can then grow, as a community in like-mindedness. Guys, if that's okay, if that's clear, the link below this video, I'll make sure in the caption it is attached, right? So you will see it from the jump, the 365 YouTube channel. Shake my hand. I appreciate you. Now, I want to honor my promise. One of my students asked me to do what's it called? A rundown, basically, of what the FOMC said. I think it was, give or take, Wednesday. I'm recording this the following week after the FOMC spoke last week, Wednesday. Today is Tuesday. So we're just shy of almost a week since the FOMC spoke. But if you think about it, not really, right? Remember, markets for the retail traders are open Monday to Friday, and then for banks 24/7, etc., etc. Right? So if the FOMC spoke on Wednesday night South African time, markets have only had a few days to react. So that's Thursday, Friday, and yesterday Monday, all right, and then today is Tuesday. So it's just been 3 days since, and I like that. So if you want me to do reactions to news releases, please let me know. Just comment on this video if you want more, right? Because not just the FOMC is going to do this, right? There's going to be the Bank of England very soon, Reserve Bank of Australia, all these kind of people. Talk to me, and then I can break this stuff down. Now, I know there are so many trading strategies out there in the world, right? Different strokes for different folks. That's fine. But we also know that in terms of consistency in the market, there are more losers than winners. In the market space today, there are absolutely more losers than winners, right? So my mind is now racing. This is not the direction I thought I'd take this video, but let's do it anyways. Let me just quickly follow my intuition. I want to show you something cool, because I know what I'm about to say is going to be a point of contention and a point of debate, right? I don't think news releases are something phenomenally amazing, or something that no one can easily predict, or something to stay up late at night trading, or something to do kind of like, you know what I mean, to chase, right? Because my understanding of market structure is there's generally a way to track the reaction of price, and that price is going to come back somewhere, one way or the other, right? So I'm not entirely sure what I'm sharing there. I just want to quickly find my last financial notes. So I do financial notes every now and again when I have time. I haven't done one in a while. So what I do is the Traders War Room, right? The option 3 or 4 there on our YouTube channel. Me basically spending a lot of time with you during the week. And then what we're going to do is I will then say, look, I'll put together, Mondays I'm free, like I said, I'll put together a real document, like a plan, an actual trade and execution plan. This is how I do my signals. And please note, this is time consuming and free for the whole of 2021, free, because I didn't want to charge anyone for anything, because it meant it would have to be compulsory, right? My time this year has been a bit tight, so I really didn't want to be tied to a commitment of paying our subscribers to the War Room, and then I get busy and then I can't do it, right? So we'll see next year, but until then, it's completely for free. So this is one of the latest ones that I've sent out now. You can I can repost the link to the stuff, and you can see it for yourself. I mean, obviously, I think it's too late for all of these trades to take now. They've already long happened, right? Here's the dollar index, right? So this is financial note of the 2nd of April, all right? If you're in our public Telegram group, you can go check the date. It was sent in April. The recording is being done in June. This is the buy trade on the dollar index, the DXY, right? This is what the DXY looked like at the time. Price was still to drop at this lower buy here. I wrote buy trade, and there I see they left a significant area of supply at the top. And then I think I speak about, I'm really excited about this buy opportunity for several reasons. Once again, the most important thing about this paragraph that you can read and pause the video and read, and then my signals, etc., is the fact that I sent this out in April. Now, here comes the Reserve Bank Governor, Jerome Powell, right, giving us a nice, beautiful feel of the markets last week, Wednesday in June the 16th. And I should be sharing my charts right now. I just want to quickly show you something, right? And I know this chart is a bit messy. I know there are a lot of things in there at the moment. I apologize for that, right? I would not have known in April, right, that the FOMC, I wasn't even aware that there was a scheduled meeting. Like, all this stuff is on the economic calendar, but I wasn't even aware. And even if I was aware that there was going to be an FOMC talk in June, I definitely don't write his speech. So I was not aware of what he was going to say. And even if I wasn't aware of what he was going to say, I definitely am not in charge of the Q&A questions that I asked, right, after the speech. There are a lot of Q&A questions that are asked there. And the reason for that is how the FOMC responds to those Q&A questions generally creates market sentiment, right? Dovish, Hawkish, and then it triggers market mechanisms, right? So those are big everything that happened. And I'm going to get into my summary of what was said. I apologize, I'm rushing. I do have class, but I just wanted to make this our first video on your YouTube channel, right? Please do subscribe. But check this out. Here's that buy setup that we looked at here. This buy setup that we looked at here, right? Or that I gave out in April, right? And then markets did come in and play, gave us a short push. This was number one, right? So we are okay. We're rule-based traders at 365 Trading Academy. If you're still around, by the way, for this video, my remote course is going to go for a massive discount. So while I'm slashing the prices up until we reach our target of 3,000 subscribers. So just as a big thank you, from $300 to learn institutional trading, remote course will be slashed completely to $100. Please, this is ridiculous, right? But it's just my way of saying thank you for following me around. Thank you for subscribing to my content. Thank you for sharing the videos. So if you want, it's the full course, basically. Module 1 and Module 2 are already there. Any additional stuff, Module 3, etc., will be added to that. You'll never have to pay, right? Remote course, all pre-recorded lectures already there for you for $100. So there's 0 subscribers now because it's the first video, of course. But again, the cutoff is when we get to 3,000 subscribers. So just rush onto that, right? So check this out. I put this out there in April. I'm like, look, man, I'm seeing a good pullback buy. We get this here. So and the reason why I brought that up is because I just remember this is from our trading rules, right? Fresh touch happens, retest happens, price dances below and takes this second low that's connected to this one. And then here comes the FOMC on the 16th of June, push, parabolic push up, right? Why? Well, first of all, he gave them interest rates, right? He gave them two interest rates. There's a possibility of 2 interest rates hikes between now and 2023 or 2022, we shall see, which is a big deal, right? And already prices already pushed all the way up in just a couple of days. Look at how long it took to calm down, man. I'm on the daily time frame. I mean, this is literally a drop from the 6th of April, 2021, all the way into this area of batch, the 24th of May, right? Almost like 30 good days of dropping, and markets have simply recovered in 3 or 4 or 5 days, just boom, 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 right? But there were many parabolic moves that happened here because of the FOMC, right? So this imbalance here will need to be retested, number one. But maybe, let me just quickly break down exactly what I mean by imbalance, retested, and just really link that cleanly to the FOMC, right? So the main thing that I got from the FOMC is, first of all, he was more aggressive than usual, right? So I was teaching that night, and I rewatched the entire release before I went to sleep. And yeah, he was quite hawkish, right? Hawkish. He was more hawkish than usual, right? So let's break down these terms, hawkish and dovish, because you're going to see them a lot. All right, and like everything else in the world, we all have our jargons in our fields, and this is just something that you need to understand. When they say the FOMC, Reserve Bank of Government of England, blah, 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 Bank of England, Bank of Australia, whoever, when they say the tone is hawkish, right? Hawkish, hawk, like a I think it's an eagle or a type of an eagle or some type of bird. Like, I don't think it's an eagle, but a hawk is a bird that can really fly high. Hawkish is when you believe the market is doing well, right? You're like, look, man, the economy is hawkish, or they say the FOMC's tone was hawkish, right? It's very optimistic, right? Okay, look, man, employment is going to get better, right? I can see employment getting better. When we say dovish, which is really what the FOMC has been for a very long time. Why? Well, because of Corona, right? Because of COVID, because of lockdowns, economies, there's no ways the economies were doing well, right? We saw dollar a weekend for almost a year. Dovish is when you believe the market economy is not doing well, right? It's not doing well. And I'm saying to you that when I was watching this thing that night, though I didn't watch it live, I had to watch the recording after, it was more hawkish than dovish, right? So you can already see that from the charts. You can see dollar strength, right? When it's hawkish, it's always good for the currency, right? Especially if it's linked to interest rates, right? So you say, look, man, it's a bit upbeat. There's a lot of data. It's always nice if your Reserve Bank governor, your FOMC shows up and is referring to data points, statistics, measurements, CPIs, PPIs, whatever it is, PMIs, etc., etc. If they're pulling a lot of this from data, then there's empirical evidence that the economy is doing well, and the big market players, banks, private hedge funds, all that kind of stuff will then react accordingly, right? Versus speculation, right? It's already too speculative, the markets, right? So there's a lot of data. I noticed he ran through a lot of data, right? So in terms of keeping rates, they're keeping rates at 0 for now, right? So there was not going to be a change in rates, but he did bring up the big boys, right? And the big boys were, look, man, they expect, right? They do see potential, two potential interest rate hikes, right? On or before 2023. And really that's what the dollar is running on, right? As soon as you say interest rise, and this is fundamentally because economic projections suggested that some of those rates hikes could come as early as 2022, which is next year, right? So markets price in everything, right? So already markets moved at that. Like the rates are not only coming, but they most likely will come at a faster rate than expected. And then and he suggested that well, if that happens, then tempering might actually come earlier as well than expected, right? Then he addressed the elephant in the room. He spoke about supply bottlenecks. I saw someone on a private Telegram group brought that up, all right? So I won't even touch on that right now. He didn't hide from it, right? Supply bottlenecks are a problem. They are larger than expected. And just remember basic supply and demand, right? So if chips keep becoming a problem, to get, if there's a supply problem to that, prices of basic stuff is going to keep going up, right? Which is linked to the bigger problem, inflation, right? So I think I should come back around and do another video just really expanding all these things, because right now I can tell I'm just touching on stuff just to show my control of issues, but also just to quickly highlight them. But I do know I have to go, right? The gross domestic product is growing rapidly in the States. Economy is doing okay. They also say they think unemployment rate will go down to 4%, right? Potentially 3.5% after that, right? So the unemployment rate, which was obviously exponentially increased by COVID, right? He sees it, starting to decrease, right? So he's seeing some economic growth, very hawkish perspective, interest rates definitely happening by 2023, but if all goes well, a whole lot sooner, and an unemployment shrinking, right? So he's saying, look, based on my job title as the Fed, what I want to do is to keep resuscitating the US economy, and so far so good, right? Vaccines are happening, so far so good, right? But but it was also quite balanced. He said the recovery is uneven, right? So the recovery is always going to be uneven. If you know me, then you know I'll start to talk about capitalism. When someone tells me the recovery is uneven, obviously it's uneven. So in that case, the wealthy will get richer and the poor will get poorer, and sectors, right? Sectors that will recover from the economics, flash crisis from last year, COVID, economic shutdowns, etc. Some sectors will quickly start to recover quicker than other sectors, right? And really, yeah, everything else was kind of like unchanged, right? In terms of what we thought the Fed was not going to change, it really didn't change. Everything is going cool. On my side, just listen to the FOMC, not much has changed. In terms of what I'm holding in stocks, not much has changed. Like, I'm still bullish on Tesla. I'm bullish on tech stocks. I'm very fine with all my tech stocks. I've done a series on my tech stocks. I'm going to update you guys on my tech stocks, and I'm going to link that to our Wealthy in 3 Years program. I'll put the link down below. I'm still very bullish on my energy stuff, Amazon, Google. I'm not changing my position or doing anything drastically, right? So most importantly, for now, I'm not going to change anything in my portfolio, right, to hedge against inflation, because that's the big talk in the markets right now. Inflation, hedging, everyone is a little bit panicky. They are printing a lot of money because of the Biden plan, right? But in terms of my plan, I'm not doing anything on inflation, right? I'm not hedging inflation on any of my stocks. Because I've known this for a while. I've spoken about this for a while. I've been talking to you guys about the lost decade for a while. And so all of this stuff is coming together as far as I can tell. And so my plan is still good enough for me, right? So we know that inflation was bound to go up, and the Fed has said it's going to go up in the short run, but in the long run, they expect to bring it down again, right? So we'll see. We'll see if they fail, that is when I'll start to adjust my plan. But until then, not much has changed, right? So what's moving the markets? Increase in interest rates hikes, right? Usually extremely bullish for a country. If the governor comes out and says, look, we are going to increase interest rates, that country's currency should always do well. So look out for that in the next news releases, right? Anytime it's going to do with interest rates, listen carefully and see how your trading style and strategy aligns with that, right? What else? What else is there? Man, there's not too much, right? But in a stock dividend incentive, not much has changed, like I said, for me. And I think for now, guys, not to keep this video, make this video too long, what I really genuinely wanted to do was to introduce myself, Mr. Sia. The last part is really for you, buddy, where I talk to you about, the FOMC stuff. I can really build on this stuff if you want. We will be looking at a lot of trade setups from tomorrow on this very same channel. So watch out for that. So this will be the first input to our traders war room, right? And I'll label them carefully. I will be looking at pound USD tomorrow, pound Swiss franc, pound AUD, pound CAD, and pound Kiwi, right? So I'm going to be looking at my top 6 pound pairs on my watch list currently and how I want to play against them. Then if there's time, we'll then look at the euro, right? Because there's a lot of movements there. After the dollar move like that, you can already see that there's some pullback potential, right? But it doesn't mean that that dollar explosion is over, right? We have to actually read the charts and actually figure out what's going on, right? Guys, my name is Leroy James Siri. I don't always talk this fast. I'm just rushing for class. 365, shake my hand. I appreciate you for watching this video. I appreciate you even more if you subscribe to our channel, please. Looking forward to seeing you on the other side. Otherwise, that's it from me. Cheers, everybody. Goodbye.